Okay, Christina, we are starting. I have a pan. I've got some vegetables that I'm going to use. Ingredients are here. So, into this pan, I'm going to put approximately a tablespoon of canola oil. Of course, I'm going to do it out of the shaker, but I wanted to show you what it was. So, about a tablespoon. Okay, we're going to add between a quarter and a third of a cup of onion. We're going to add a little bit of jalapeno, and I roasted up some poblanos, so we're definitely going to add some of those. And we're going to add a little bit of yellow bell pepper. So that should be roughly a cup of vegetables. Okay, to that we are going to add 1 cup of white rice. Okay, we're going to then take that over to the stove over medium heat, and we're going to stir it until the onions start to turn translucent. So let me get a nice medium heat on here, and while we're getting ready to do that, so you can see I'm going to give it a nice little stir. While that's getting ready to cook those onions down and coat all the rice grains with oil, we're going to go ahead and prep our liquid. So I like to buy these little inexpensive tomato sauce cans. I don't normally do this with one hand, so poke one there. And you gotta cut your vent. There we go. So I'm going to put approximately a third of a cup in the bottom. So you can see, if you want it a little more tomatoey, you can go a little more. If you want it a little less red, you can go a little less. Now we're going to go ahead and grab 2 teaspoons of our chicken powder. And then we're going to use the rest up to the 2 cup point on here of liquid. Now I'm going to divide my liquid. It's going to be half water and half. I happen to have some chicken stock, so I'm just going to add a little bit of that. So not quite half. And then the rest will be just nice clean water. So, and that'll mix more than good enough for what we're doing. Okay, so we have 2 cups of liquid ready. So we come back, we're going to stir our onions. So you see the onions are stirring. Okay, and they're not cooked yet, but they're getting there. So we're going to let the onions cook. Bean Dog's going to help. Okay, so now, while all that is preparing, let's dig out our lid for our pot. Okay, we have our lid. So, as we're waiting, because this should only take, 3 or 4 minutes. As we're waiting for that, we've already prepped all our liquids. You can start prepping some other dish, whatever else you're planning to eat. But you've almost done all the work. It's almost completely done. So as soon as those onions start to smell a little bit and turn translucent, we will add the liquid. So I will come back then. Okay, it's all starting to come together, so we're going to go ahead, slowly add our liquid, and the powder. Give it a quick little stir. And now we're going to raise the heat and bring her up to a boil. So, there. As soon as that starts boiling, we will set our timer for 20 minutes. We will reduce the heat to low, and we will simmer it covered. And then after 20-21 minutes or so, we will remove the lid, fluff it with a fork, take it off of the heat, and anytime you're ready to eat, it'll be ready. So we will come back when this is boiling. Okay, see the bubbles starting to form here? They're coming to a boil. So now we just cover, reduce our heat to low, and I like to set my timer a little short, so I'm setting mine for 18 so that I can kind of adjust as needed, because you know, rice is not always perfectly consistent. So it should take between 18 and 24 minutes for you to have a beautiful, beautiful rice. Okay, it's been 19 minutes. Take our fork. Oh, I am very not left-handed. And I want it just a little less wet. So we're going to let that sit for about 2 minutes. And then turn her off, let her sit, and that will be some delicious rice.